Hello. We are discussing an interesting topic today. It is a topic that shows your mastery of the English language. But we're not going to discuss highfalutin words. We're going to discuss simple and short words that show the breadth and depth of your knowledge of English. Words that make you stand out. The deeper and wider your vocabulary, the easier it is for you to understand text. You don't have to struggle to understand communication. Let's go. Let's look at this word, vitiate. To vitiate means to weaken or to spoil. If you force somebody to sign an agreement, it has vitiated that agreement. What it means is that you obtain the agreement under duress. And once you do that, you have vitiated that agreement. It cannot stand in any law court. To vitiate is to weaken or to make ineffective. Ocious. This is a word that means useless, serving no practical purpose. Sometimes an organization or a country or a province or a state can create laws or policies that are ocious. They are just there, but nobody will actually obey them because they are completely useless. Arcane is the next word. Arcane. When something is arcane, it means that it is secret. It is mysterious. Sometimes you can say esoteric. Secret societies or cults can have arcane rules or arcane dealings. So when a group is doing things secretly, you can say that it is arcane. Our next word is brusque or brusque. The British pronounce it as brusque, while the Americans pronounce it as brusque. This word means rudely abrupt or blunt. For example, you are in a shop to buy things and you're asking the salespeople there for some products, and they respond, or somebody responds to you in a short and sharp manner saying it is in the flyer. That is a brusque or brusque way of responding. It is rude and it is short and sharp. It is impolite. Let's look at this word. Adroit. If somebody is adroit, it means that the person is skillful with the use of the hands. Skillful, adroit. Our next word is tryst. Tryst. Tryst means a secret meeting, especially by lovers. Another word for it may be rendezvous, which is derived from French. A secret meeting by lovers. It is called a tryst. Sometimes it is pronounced as tryst. Our next word is assay. Assay, can be a verb or a noun. As a verb, it means to test or analyze something. As a noun, it is a test or an analysis. So you can say to assay the new proposal. So when it is an analysis, you can say it is an assay. An assay of the proposal has been conducted. The next word is fusty. Fusty. Fusty means stale smelling or old-fashioned. If you leave a house for a while and you come back to it, it can become fusty. It's this musty smell that you get from there. So you say that it is fusty. Our next word is pique. It is different from pique. To pique means to stimulate interest or curiosity. So you can actually pique somebody's interest. For example, if you use this simple but not usual words, you will pique people's interest. Pique as a noun means a feeling of irritation or resentment. Our next word is vapid. Vapid. Vapid describes somebody who is dull and uninteresting. uninspiring. So if you have somebody who brings nothing to the table, except dull news, stale news, nothing exciting, you can describe the person as vapid. Our next word is dour. Dour describes something that is gloomy, sullen, stern, unfriendly. So a human being can be dour. The weather can be dour. If somebody, has this face that is gloomy, sometimes looking threatening, you can say that it's dour. So rather than saying that something is sullen or stern or gloomy, you can say that it is dour. Our next word is a spy. A spy is the same thing as spy without the E. You just add an E. A spy. So what it means is to catch glimpse of, to catch the sight of something from, especially from a distance. So when you are looking at something from a distance, you say that you have espied it. Our next word is apogee. Apogee. When you get to the top, the peak, the pinnacle, the summit, the apex, the crest, you say that it is apogee. So it is another word for the peak, the topmost part of anything. Apogee actually describes the farthest point from the earth. So when you don't want to say summit, zenith, apex, the topmost, or the crest, you say it is the apogee of learning, the apogee of politics, the apogee of literary criticism, the apogee of knowledge. So let us look at this word, pith. Pith. Pith is the core or the essence of something, the heart of something. So if you're talking about the pith, you can discuss anything, the topic, any issue you are talking about, and you say that the pith of it is this, the substance, the most important part of this discussion is this point. That is the pith of it. Our next word is cusp. Cusp. Cusp is like the point where something transits to another. It's like the turning point between this point and this point. So, for example, when you talk about the cusp of the century, it is the point at which one century goes into another century. So, usually it is a decisive, point in any issue. For example, when there is a new era, you are moving from this era to this era, you say it is the cusp. So it can be at the cusp of history. This millennium is getting to a close and another millennium is starting. So you say it is the cusp. C-U-S-P. Our next word is cavil. It is both a verb and a noun. To cavil means to raise unnecessary, petty objections. And a cavil is a petty or unnecessary objection. Sometimes there are people who love to pick holes in whatever somebody has presented. So they find ways to cavil it. At the end of it all, you see that they have not contributed anything to that discussion. They have just done something that is described as unnecessary, petty, unimportant. That is to cavil. Now let's look at this word, mean. Mean. We don't mean wicked. We mean mean as in looks. The countenance, that is the longer word. Countenance. Your countenance, your appearance, which shows your mood and character. You don't want to use the word countenance, which sounds long. You can use the simple and short word, mean. You can say, I can decipher or I can see from his mien that he is a nice person. I can see from her mien that she is an easygoing person. Our next word is verve. Verve. So this means enthusiasm, energy, spirit. So when there is so much life in you, you say it is the verb. That is the verb. When you are describing the life, the enthusiasm, the excitement in you as a human being, you know, the short word for it is verb. Our next word is boon. Boon is like a boom that has happened to you. It is a helpful thing or a gift, something that is beneficial. It is a boon. For example, if you have been wondering how to solve your financial problem, suddenly a gift comes from somewhere to solve part of your problem. You say you have received a boon. It can also be an adjective, which means cheerful or convivial. Now, let us look at this word that is very short, just three letters. Rule. Rule. So, to rule can be a verb and can also be a noun. As a verb, it means to regret. As a noun, it means a regret. So, if somebody says that if you do this again, you will rue the day you were born. It means that you will regret the day you were born. You can say, we ruled the day we met him. I ruled the day I met her. I ruled the day I met him. So rather than using that long word, regret, you can simply say to rule. So the good thing about these words is that they don't make you feel pompous. People don't look at you as trying to sound off or trying to feel important. They are short. They sound familiar, but most people don't know them. But if you can use them, what you do is to stand out, to show that you have that class, and to show that you have the mastery of English language. And so what you do is to look at this and to ask yourself, how many of them did you get? If you knew all of them before now, you are a guru in English. But if you almost got all of them, you are still exceptional. What you should be doing is to continue to learn new words by reading voraciously, by checking the meanings of words and knowing how to use them. The more you do this, the more you learn, the better you become, and the more English feels like child's play to you. Thank you.